Hey folks, Levi here once again. Hey Coach. Alright. Hopefully I'll be getting a new webcam soon. But anyway, guys, welcome back to another Batman review. As y'all know, I've been on my Phase 3 of my Batman Marathon. I reviewed Batman Mask of the Phantasm last night, Batman Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. Now we're on this other Batman animated movie that came out in 2000. Yeah, the year was 2000. And that is, this came out in 2000. This is based on the Batman Beyond TV series, which came out in the late 90s, I believe. And that is Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. And before I go any further, I forgot to talk again. Sorry. Okay, here. Sorry. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. I'm not too crooked looking. But anyway, yeah. This movie is also known as Batman the Future, Return of the Joker outside the United States. In other countries, I guess Batman Beyond movie or the Batman Beyond film, but it's also a direct-to-video film. It is also the third film in the DC animated universe, and also the third Batman animated film. And like I said, it's based on the series Batman Beyond, which I did talk about on my YouTube channel. So, and quickly, what I think about this movie, I love this film. This is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best Batman films ever made. Not just animated, but probably I would say second best. I probably say I like this more than Batman Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, but that's just me. I mean, this is up there in Mask of the Phantasm, in my opinion. I guess both movies I think are great. It's great to see the Joker in the future and stuff. It really has a good story to it, and good action, good animation, again, cool gadgets, and a good lead. I do like Terry McGinnis as Batman. When are we going to ever have a Batman Beyond live action movie? It just kills me, because Batman Beyond is the shit to me. So it is awesome. We really need a Batman Beyond live action film with Michael Keaton and the stars of older Batman. If we have the Flash, maybe we can have a Batman Beyond movie. Who knows? You know, what that future can hold. You know, for Batman. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But anyway, get on with the review, I guess. The film was intentionally to the production of the movie. The film was intentionally put into production after the cancellation of Boyd Kirkland's Batman Arkham, which was supposed to be a sequel, I guess, a third Batman movie, animated movie based on Batman animated series, to a sequel to Batman Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. But I guess they got scratched. And when Bruce Timm and Glenn McCord were given the green light to produce a Batman Beyond feature-length film, they decided to use the extra time to answer questions pensioned to the time period between Beyond and the rest of the DC animated universe. Will Friedle, Kevin Conroy, and Mark Hamill were spotted the roles as Terry McGinnis, Bruce Wayne, and Joker. Respectively by Dean Stockwell and Angie Harmon joined the voice cast as Tim Drake and Barbara Gordon, respectively, while Matthew Bellin and Tara Strong were spotted the younger versions from their characters, the new Batman adventures. Arlen Sorkin returned as Harley Quinn, as a role she originated in the Batman animated series. The animation was outsourced to TMS Entertainment in Japan. However, Tim and his crew also used TMS as an outsourced pre-production unit. As a result, TMS absorbed almost half the film. In addition to doing the animation, is also the first Batman direct-to-video animated film to use digital ink and paint. Dwayne Duffy, writer for Static Shock and Justice League Unlimited, has stated that the original flashback sequences in the film take place at the end of the present-day timeline of the DCU. Following the end of Justice League Unlimited, but prior to the start of Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker was originally set for release on Halloween 2000. But following the backlash against violence in children's media that resulted from the Columbia High School massacre shooting, which happened in April 1999, yeah, I've heard about that. Really tragedy that happened. The creative team was forced to make edits So I guess they added some of the violence out of the movie. Like, mostly, the dramatic change was the Joker dies in a different way. Like, rather than being shot by killed by Tim Drake, he's instead electrocuted after becoming entangled in water tubes. 2 years after the film's initial release, and following online petitions, Warner Home Video released an uncut and alternative version of Return of the Joker, which that's in here, with more of the violence and some altered language, as well as the Joker's original death scene. While the 2000 release was rated PG, the uncut version was animated. It was the first Batman movie to receive a PG-13 rating from the Motion Picture Association. Yeah. Well, the Joker's death, as you can see here in these pictures were, in this uncut version I have, you should say, where he's shot, and then the other one where he's electrocuted. So Joker does it 2 different ways. In this version, Tim Drake does shoot him, and in the original version, though, I looked it up on YouTube, I do remember him getting, stepping and, slipping and getting electrocuted. But I guess they changed that because of the massacre. But this film, I heard, did not do well at the time when it came out. And also, guys, just to mention, in this review, there will be spoilers. There will be spoilers in this review, so if you have not seen Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, turn off the video right now, because it's got some spoilers in here for this review. So, just to let you know, definitely don't watch the video if you've never seen this movie. But if you've seen this movie, stick around, and you can keep on watching. The music, the movie did have a video game. Yeah, that was on PlayStation. The platforms were Game Boy, PlayStation, I'm assuming PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, and then the gameplay, of course, you play as Batman. Some of those don't wake up, but it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up game. The player through the 4 stages, they are in the Space Museum, Bruce Wayne, Enterprise, and Arkham, and the Jolly Jack Toy Factory, Joker's hideout. Acts as the new Batman. You play as the new Batman, Terry McGinnis, whose foes are members of the Joker gang, range from werewolves to giant robots with spinning arms that fall to arm Batman. The PlayStation versions allow the player to select and switch between pursuits. 3 of them standard offensive and defensive, available from the start. All of them hold different abilities and weapons. The standard suit gives Batman a variety of jumps, attacks, defenses, 3 weapons: magnetic nunchucks, a staff that can kill enemies in fewer hits, and a fast moving discus that can slice through foes. The offensive increases Batman's punching power, but the cost of being able to defend increases his ability to protect himself. And the suit increases Batman's defense attack power. The Game Boy, there is no suit changing. Batman has a set of punches, kicks, and upcuts and weapons, such as the Dark Knight staff and nunchucks. But yeah, just to mention that real quick. In the voice cast, again, you have Will Friedle as Terry McGinnis, Batman, reprising his role from the Batman Beyond TV series. Kevin Conroy voicing Bruce Wayne / Batman. Mark Hamill voices Joker, and Jordan Price, who was after Derek Powers becoming Black, he becomes the new CEO, head of Wayne Enterprises. Angie Allman voices Commissioner Gordon. Terry Strong voices a young Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. Dean Starkwell as Tim Drake. Matthew Fillion as young Tim Drake. Andrea Romanoff as Joker Jr., JJ. Owen Serpent as Harley Quinn, and Amy. Melissa Joan Hart as Delilah and Dee Harris. Michael Rosenbaum, if y'all know him from playing Lex Luthor in Smallville, and he also voiced the Flash for DC. And here he voices Ghoul, one of Joker's goons. Don Patrick Harvey voices Charles Bunce, Chucko. Harry Rollins voices Benjamin Knox, Bunk. Frank Welker as Wolf the Hyena Man, Ace the Bat Hound. Laura Tom as Dana Tan, Terry's girlfriend. Rachel Lee Cook as Chelsea Cunningham. Terry Garr as Mary McGinnis, Terry's mom. Ryan O'Dowd voices Matt McGinnis, Terry's younger brother. Verna Watson Johnson voices Mrs. Joyce Kohler. Mary Shure as Mrs. Drake. And Jason Stanford as a gangster, voicing a gangster. This film also takes place during the third and final season of Batman Beyond. The film was directed by Kirk Giddy, screenplays by Paul Dini, stories by him, Bruce Timm, based on Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. It is edited by Joe Gill. Music is by Christopher Carter, which I think is really, his music score for Batman Beyond is really good. It was released, the edited version was released December 12, 2000, and this uncut version, I believe that I have here, was released April 23rd, 2002. But original release was Christmas. The edited version is 73 minutes, the uncut version is 76. But, okay. Go ahead and describe the plot synopsis real quick. As you can see the title of the movie, what do you think it's about? The Return of the Joker. Anyway, what the story follows is that, of course, Terry McGinnis is now the new Batman, and you find out in this movie that the Joker, who, of course, again, the rules of Mark Hamill, that the Joker died many years ago, as Bruce Wayne is, older, like in the 70s, or he's 80 now, or something like that. And Terry's the new Batman. You find out that the Joker is alive, and then he's playing a new crime spree, to make Gotham laugh again, or, his madness. And pretty much Terry, Batman, has to find out, how Joker came to life, how he came back, and unravel the mystery of how the Joker came back, and pretty much find out what he's up to and what his plans are, and stop the Joker once and for all, before he eventually kills Bruce and gets his revenge on Batman permanently. So they have to stop him, the Joker, as you could say, for good. And that's pretty much the plot synopsis of the film, if I narrowed it down really good. Yeah, but you have the past talking about with the Joker, and like I said, there'll be spoilers in this review. So, a warning once again, if you've not seen Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, turn this review off right now. I'm not kidding. Because I don't want you to spoil it for yourself. Because there are spoilers in this review. I'll put it in the description below as well. So don't watch if you don't want to spoil the movie for yourself. Just a warning. Not saying it to be mean, just saying it to give you a heads up. Oh, okay. Alright, we'll get into talking about the movie itself. And with the movie's opening, you have this Joker gang who is they're stealing a system scanner of Gotham shipping. Their job is just to get in and get out. The characters' names are Wolf, Dee, Bunk, Wolf, and Ghoul. I think I got them all right. And as they're stealing this, Batman shows up. It's late. It's the school night, boys and girls. I'm going to have to call your folks again. But Terry, his Batman is 17 years old. His Batman, this is a teenage Batman, so he does joke around half the time. As originally Batman would not. But this Batman does. This is a different kind of Batman. But they try to shoot at Batman. Batman is able to use his rocket thrusters and flew down to them. He's not cool like that. He fights with Wolf, who, Wolf is like a crazy hyena man, tries to bite Batman, but Batman's able to knock him down, get him off of him. Bunk, who is the big brute of the gang, who wants to just fight Batman. Batman teases him. Batman's able to use his thrusters as kind of glue to stick onto the side, and the DD is Bunk, don't. And then Batman teases him, saying, "Yeah, Bunk, don't," and that makes him mad. So as Batman doesn't want to hit Dee or something. The two girls are they're scared, and they attack Batman. He's he's got to beat him out. Then he doesn't need Dee. They try to fight Batman, but he's able to get them off, fight them off. And I like cool shots of Batman fighting them off, And as the crooks, Bunko, Chucko escapes under by going, under the tunnel because this is the future, so the flying course, basically, just get down there, and Batman, and that's a cool jump he makes, glides, and again, with the suit, he can, fly, like glide, doesn't really have to use a back rep or anything, the suit can fly. When Batman follows them, he knocks one DD almost dies, but the other sister goes for her. Batman puts a back rep on her just to save her, because he's not going to kill her, of course. Bunk is attacking him, choking him, and then when DD is safe, the DD sister saves her, Bunk's like, Bax, you're weak, or something like that. He says something, and Batman's like, flagpole. He's like, what was that? What'd you say? He's like, flagpole, and then Bunk gets hit by a flagpole, gate crashed, and eventually the crooks escape, and Batman's like, it's not coming out of my allowance. And, they escape with just one part of the tech, or just take it like a piece of it since it's destroyed. And I love the opening. I always love the theme for Batman Beyond. They do it here as well. You can definitely tell it is guitar, rapper singing, and it's really good, Anyway, you see Bruce in the back of the opening title. You see Bruce in the Batcave testing out the Batarang, throwing it, and I thought that was what Two-Face's had like seeing, like it was you have Scarface there, a huge coin that he got from Two-Face after Two-Face tried to smash him with a coin, and you got the Two-Face replicas of Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, and Riddler, which I thought was cool. And Batman, Bruce is like, still got it. He's about to test it again until Terry shows up, telling about the Joker gang that were stealing this high-tech equipment. He's like, but they're gone for now. I was like, I'll deal with them later. They watch TV, and you find out that Bruce is going to come out of retirement to, be Wayne Enterprise CEO again. And he says, Price can either get with that program, or he can just film up his resume. And Bruce has worked hard, to accomplish this in his life for his parents. Not only being Batman, but, being for the company as well. Of course, Bruce wants to return to his family's company, because it is his company, no matter his age. It's still his company. And Terry's like, they're not as young as so am I. Well, it goes not at rest, Terry. Like you said, he takes it not off anymore. He gets smarter, Bruce. I thought that was funny. Terry goes to party, but he's doing this, sleeping. Him and his girlfriend dance, and he's dancing with Danny. He's like, goes up to another girl, grabs her hand, he's like, you look beautiful. He's like, McGinnis. And then Terry's like, oh, I'm sorry, Dana. I guess the late nights, have me going. Because, again, being Batman, he has to have a lot of responsibility. Being Batman, being a high school student, hanging out with Dana at nights, and going to dates with her, and of course fighting crime as Batman, probably puts a lot of pressure on him and makes him tired. Then meanwhile, you go to the Joker, the gang of Jokers, meet up with our boss, who says, it's not much, but it's all we get. Joker's like, it's not much, it is nothing. And of course, it'll be Joker, but I like how he's in the dark, and you just see red eyes. And Bunk is like, it's been your way this, your way that. He won't even tell us what his plan is. He was turning Joker's like, I want out of your gang. And Joker has a gun, like, fine, you're out. Bing, bang, gotcha. Just kidding. And Bunk's like, whew, turns around again. And Joker's like, pow, kills him for real. Like this, oops, no, I wasn't. It's like, that's also how we did it in my day. Those are the gun. It was like, kids, Mark Hamill, I can't do a voice, he does so perfectly. He's like, but kid, he says, kids, a lot's changed since your old Joker's been away. A new Gotham, a new city, even a new Batman. But I've had my sleep, and I'm ready to give this town a wedgie again. Are you with me? Let me hear you. We're with you. Joker's like, let me hear you say it a little louder. We're with you. Bunk. Oops. I guess not. DD, please take out the trash. And I guess they dump, Bunk's, body or whatever. But when they showed Joker's face, it was great. And I like Joker's. There's no picture, but I like Joker's design in here. He doesn't have his clown suit anymore, but like a futuristic-looking, long suit, kind of purple and dark, but not the usual. But still the Clown Prince of Crime, nonetheless. And Joker decides to get back to business, and he says he wants to steal another system scanner, and they want to sell Wayne Tech, and Girl's like, but that security is going to be tight. And Joker's like, I know, but think of the fun. And then you see Bruce and Terry at the party, and them, having a talk about Jordan Price a little bit. Bruce goes in front of the audience, saying, I would like to go, each and every one of you in my company, but the microphone kind of messes up or ruins a bit. Then you hear the Joker's laugh, and then Wolf comes to attack not Joker, he works for Joker, Bruce. Terry tries to stop him but can't, so he has to go he has to run and go change to a suit. So Joker, but I like, even though he's old, he's still a bit of a badass, because he knocks, with his cane, Bruce knocks Wolf down a bit, tries to walk away, Dee Dee's grab him, and they mess with him, and they kick Bruce and kick him over. Then you see the stage, bottom door opening, and, purple gas coming up, and the Joker coming up, and Joker's up, everyone's astonished, and then Joker's like, hi everyone, Joker's back in town. Laughing, and everyone's just scared, and Bruce is just astonished. He's like, oh, Bruce, no, not kidding. It's really me. And who would know me better than you? And then Joker shows up. He's like, don't bet on it, or something like that. He's like, I like the suit. No, Cave, no interesting. Wolf. So Wolf attacks Joker. Joker, he's like, Dee Dee, let's go. And they decide to leave. And he calls Terry Batfake, because he doesn't really buy him as Batman, so he calls him Batfake, just to mock him, I guess. And he calls Wolf that before, he's like, well, what are you going to do, Batfake? The Joker blows up, I guess, has some bombs or whatever, while Chucko and Ghoul knock out the security guards and steal the system scanner. Joker blows up half the end of the building or whatever, and these people fall. So instead of going Joker, Batman goes to save the people, and he does save them. And you just see that look on Bruce's face, like, how is he back? And he tries to talk to Bruce in the car. He's like, how do you think? You think it's a clone? This or that? And Bruce is like, just shut up and drive, and doesn't really want to talk about it. You have an older Tim Drake who was Robin in the New Adventures of Batman. I would say the third Robin, or I guess in this series maybe the second Robin, since there's no Jason Todd. Maybe that would have been too dark, but second Robin, because he was Robin right after Tim Drake. Dick Grayson lived to be Nightwing, and you see him seeing Joker Small and just kind of grabbing his leg. You can see that there's maybe some issues there that he had with the Joker in his past, which we'll find out more. Surprised to see the Joker. Terry tries to go to Barbara Gordon. She wants him not to underestimate the Joker, that he's more than just a threat, that he's a real danger. He's like, I hope you never have to face him. And she basically just tells him to leave and get up, and he kind of runs into Tim Drake. Tim Drake goes to Barbara to talk. At the Batcave, Bruce analyzes the voice of the Joker. and say, is his ID, of another video Joker threatening, this is when he threatened the New Year's Eve party, to now saying he's back and it's identical, so Joker's back. And he's like, Terry's like, he was one of the worst. You told me I know about all your other major posts, but he was the worst, wasn't he? And he's like, it's impossible. He died years ago. Bruce wants Terry to return his bat suit, but Terry's like, no, I don't want to do that. What? Look, Bruce, me and Batman gave me a chance. We come from two different worlds, Mr. Wayne. And Terry tells him, that he's of his past, that he was in a gang himself. He did some things he's not proud of, and even, lashed out at his father when his father was murdered. And that he says, Batman, this is who I am. This is what I want, to be Batman. I can just putting on the suit, fighting crime, doing right, righting wrongs, is what he wants to do with his life. Choosing Batman, and then, Bruce scolds him as like, stupid kid, you don't know what you want. I don't know if you can say Bruce does not want him to go up against Joker because of the threat, or is afraid of losing, another kid like he did Tim Drake. Maybe that's why. But, Terry runs out of the Batcave and, throws the backpack of the bat suit in it. You see him in the next morning, he's eating breakfast or whatever, and his brother's like, Mom, there's a weird guy in our house. And the mom's like, I was like, no, Matt, that's your brother. And he says, I'm not working, says Mom, he's not working with Mr. Wayne anymore. Grabs a piece of the cereal and flicks in his brother's face to bug him. I thought that was funny. The next night, though, Terry goes to see Dana at the nightclub. They dance. He's like, well, we'll be having a job for a while, but you know what? I'm all yours. But the Joker gang shows up. Dee show up, not in their makeup, but as blonde women and guys are just checking them out. They grab Terry, start dancing, and they kick Dana away. Ghoul grabs her or whatever, and they're basically attacking him. They try to, he fights with them then in the club. Terry does. And, they let Danny go down even though he gets hurt. There's like this big water glass or whatever. Not water glass, but I don't know what you call it, but the gang is shooting at him, trying to kill him, and he does fight them off a bit. There's like this, what you call it, like kind of a giant water glass or whatever. Terry kicks it, and then after Joker's out, Joker tries to kill Terry, but Terry punches him out. And he's like, alright Bruce, you're gonna give me some answers. They attacked me. Not Batman, me, Terry McGinnis. But while Bruce is doing a Joker, making an anti-Joker venom toxin or whatever, just in case, I guess Joker comes after him, which does eventually happen. Ace hears something, Ace barks it, and Ace, his hound dog, goes around it, and then you hear Ace screaming in pain. And he's like, Ace, he shows the over with his cane, but this Joker gas comes, Joker throws this ball that has Joker gas in it. He's like, hey Bruce, or should I say, Batman. He arrives though, he sees, Ace, near a window, just hurt, and he runs into the Batcave, sees that also that man has been torn down a little bit, and seeing that, the Batcave and from the back there's a ha-ha all over it. He's like, please, no. And, he just sees that. Thinks Bruce is dead because Bruce has a smile on his face, but Joker uses his venom on him. Thinking he might be dead, but he leaves him laughing, and Bruce, even table, get over there, Terry uses the antitoxin, puts in a little gun and shoots into Bruce's bloodstream, and eventually he'll him up. It would just take time for him. Barbara comes over to help take care of her because he couldn't call nobody else. He even tries to check on Ace, and Ace is like watching this Bugs Bunny cartoon, which I thought was funny. You know, and he's trying to tell Barbara, look, Barbara, I need to know about this. I'm a part of this too. You know, I really need to know what happened here. Tell me. And she tells him what happened 40 years ago, that, you know, that Dick Grayson, you know, was done being Robin and became Nightwing and went to Bloodhaven. And this is about 40 years ago. You have Tim Drake, you know, Robin, who was out on patrol by himself, you know, sees this lady in trouble, and, you know, is like, oh, time to save the day or something like that, and then Robin knocks his clerk's out, like, and then it is really Harley, you know, has a hammer, knocks him out with it, and Joker's kind of like, yeah, we got him now. And Batman and Batgirl spend like 3 weeks searching. You know, you see Batman even knocking criminals down and going after criminals, until eventually Joker, you know, puts this big toy box out on this building. Batman, you know, uses a batarang to flick at it and it blows up. And then they have this, you know, crazy jacket like this when you're tied up like this. And then they say, Batman's like Arkham, realizing that Tim is there. And they go to this old, there's a new Arkham, but they go to this other Arkham that was an older Arkham that's abandoned. And Joker uses that as a hideout, so they go there, sneak in. It's the original Arkham Asylum, by the way. You know, Joker and Batgirl, Batman and Batgirl just walk in, they hear Harley singing, you know, Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird, and if that so he sends Batgirl to sneak up this way while he goes checks in, and Batman opens the door and Harley's like, Puddin' Company, and Joker, I like this little crazy music that plays, and Joker's like, hello there, welcome to our family home. You know, they smile. And he's like, where's Robin? Joker says, Robin? Oh, he must mean JJ. And Batman pushes Harley and tries to go to the curtains to, you know, so no peeking. But, you know, she shoots him with this bazooka, but doesn't kill him, just ties Batman up. And tells him, well, Batman, we're getting old. We've been doing this fight for many years. So I figured it was time to have a family. Me and Harley decided that. So we couldn't adopt legally because we're criminals. So we figured we had a few kids lying around. And this is like really disturbing. They call him Joker Jr. And Tim now looks like Joker. He's got the clown makeup and everything. The Joker suit. He's like, he doesn't tell you this. And a smile on his face. It's really creepy, I'll say at first. You know, I remember watching this. Oh yeah, I did kind of grow up with this movie too. I forgot to mention that, by the way. Yeah, used to watch it on VHS a little bit, but I was at a friend's house. And, you know, Batman, after seeing, you know, Tim being brainwashed and drugged, Batman, you know, rushes the attack, breaks out of those ropes, tries to get Joker. Joker's like, come on, let's go. And Batgirl shows up and she's watching and she attacks Harley. Harley knocks her down. She's like, so JJ, get mommy's bazooka. And she fights with Batgirl a bit, goes away. I was like, Harley, why'd you do it? You know, it's like, we'll be one big happy family. She tries to even throw a rock at Batgirl, almost kills Batgirl, but she's like, here's a whistle, which I can't do. And it's JJ's like, good job, honey. And then, you know, JJ throws the bazooka. She even tries to, Batgirl tries to even talk to Tim. Telling us, Barbara, are you okay? Can you hear me in there? But, Harley grabs the bazooka, starts shooting at Batgirl. Eventually, you know, Batgirl able to get out of her hands, but the bazooka goes off. And Harley, as you can see, falls to her death. And Batman ends up, like, in this theater that Joker has. It's like, He's like, let me tell you, Batman, let's watch some family home movies, Batman. It took me a while. He sees how he tortured him, how Joker tortured Robin, and eventually he gave in, told him the secrets. He's like, I know all your secrets, Bruce. That's right, Batsy. I know your secret. I know everything. But all that, you're just a small boy, crying mommy and daddy. That's why you wear your little suit. It wouldn't be pathetic if it weren't so funny. And Joker's like, the heck, I'll laugh anyway. And he laughs, and Batman jumps in there and attacks him. And I was like, hey, if you didn't like the movie, I have slides. And he beats Joker up and more, almost ready to, he's going to kill Joker. And he's like, Joker's like, I'll break every bone in your body. Bats, if you had it, you wouldn't do that years ago if you had the guts to do that. I would rather have any, goes this and grabs a knife and stabs Batman. And like, come on, JJ, shoot Batman. And then JJ gives the gun, and he goes back to being Tim, and then he shoots him, and you're just like, that's not funny at all. But in the original version, or edited version, whatever, I said Joker, wants him to shoot Batman, and Batman even smiles when he's back to being Tim, and Joker's like, Argh! And so Tim just runs over and tackles Joker, and they fight, and he pushes Joker to the water, and and Joker slips and gets electrocuted in that version. But either way, he dies, and after that, Tim, after shooting Joker, just starts. I think I prefer him shooting Joker. That was a bit more darker, or him getting electrocuted. I don't know which one I prefer, but they're both good deaths either way. But JJ starts crying. Tim starts crying for what's happening, for what he's done, and Barbara goes like, "It's okay." And then after that, she tells him that Barbara tells him that after that, my father, Commissioner Gordon, knew our secret, kept it, and Tim went to Dr. Leslie Tompkins, who knew about Bruce's parents. Eventually Tim got over it, got help he needed, got back to his sanity. He got a good job now. He's not robbing anymore. Of course, he got older. Has a family, a few kids now. But they talk once in a while. But after a while, that him and Bruce, because Bruce didn't let him be Robin anymore. So because of that, the relationship got strained. Because he adopted Tim, but after the incident, Batman didn't want to endanger another partner. Bruce didn't want to endanger another partner. So he won't let him be Robin anymore. After that, it put a real strain on the relationship, and they haven't talked for many years because of that. And they also buried the Joker deep underneath Arkham Asylum, his body. I already mentioned this about Tim. Yeah, it was in rehab. Okay, I mentioned that. Terry eventually dons the batsuit, even though he thinks that Tim might have been innocent, but he's still somewhat involved in this, as he's still suspicious of it. Tries to go talk to Drake about it, that if he's knows something about it. He's like, no, I have nothing to do with it. Tim tells him, I was just as surprised as you were when he came back, that crazy clown. He's like, he goes, being, boy wonder kid stuff, putting on Steve was awesome, but after that night, after what, being Bruce went through, I never want to see that stupid Robin suit again, so he just, goes away. And he tells him that he's moved on his life, put those days behind him, tells Terry that. And he also tells him that he would tear up his own costume because he didn't like his Robin suit. Terry then looked up at Jordan Price on his private yacht, and you find out that Jordan Price is, that it's revealed that he helped them what they wanted, that he gave them the security rules and let them, steal this camera system out of Gotham ship, that he's been helping them with illegal activities, and, you know, helping them to take care of Bruce Wayne, because Jordan Bruce's reason, though, is that he's also voiced by Mark Hamill, but his reasoning is that he wanted to, you know, stay top dog and be head of the company, and eventually if Wayne was out of the way, he'd be in charge of the company and make millions of dollars, so he'd be willing to kill Bruce Wayne for that, you know. But unfortunately, you know, and, you know, Terry, you know, is watching the game, and since Joker says that he's a loose end, they call on Joker about it, and Joker says, you know, kill him. But Terry, you know, I forgot to mention, you know, with the bat suit, just with the test of finger, he can, like, record what you're saying, so he records what Price is saying. Batman shows up at the game and says to get out of there because Joker's got this satellite that's a weapon that can blow up things, like, evaporate things like that. You know, even Wolf tries to fight him, but, you know, Joker's like, now, you idiot, we gotta get out of here. And, you know, Price is like, they're getting away. I can see why. And you see this blue light beam going to attack them, so, you know, he's got shot of Price on, you know, I mean, Price on his back, you know, using his backlighter flying out of there. And it was a nice shot, some nice animation there, and, you know, them going away. The waves are coming, though, knocks them down. Before Price can fall in the water or die, you know, Batman shows it just in time, and is able to get him. And he's like, you know, and he was working with him, and he takes him to the police and shows them, you know, the evidence he has, the recording he has, and says, I'm sure Commissioner Gordon would like to hear this, Barbara he's talking about. Terry ends up going to the Batcave, trying to put the pieces together, what he's ever going to do. And, you know, Bruce tells him that he's fine, just a little wonky, but he'll be alright. And Terry becomes so suspicious, like, he attacked one of the suit. Wait, why do you attack Robin's suit, you know? And he's like, well, Robin did shoot him. But I believe all these suits will Drake. And Tim, he still finds Tim Drake suspicious, still wants to go, you know, more like, interrogate him more. And he's like, what about the police? And Bruce is like, nope, we'll take Joker down ourselves. Then they, you know, go see in the Batcave that is a satellite controlling device as a weapon, like a government defense satellite that Joker was using in space. And that Tim could have helped out with that. Tim tries to find Tim, I guess, in his place of business or whatever, you know, working, but he's like, Tim Drake, did you hear me? I need to talk to you. And then he does him as a hologram. And Joe was like, oh, you're going to spoil my fun, Batman. I don't think so. Then it has these beams of stuff, these Batman tries to get out of there, you know. But when Joker, you know, I like it when he's like using the airplane, you know, you're welcome to stop us if you can. Toodles! And with the machines going, you know, the beams and stuff and these weapons shooting at Batman, he tries to use like 3 batteries, but it doesn't work. So, and he can't just run out of there because these lasers are shooting at him. So he's able to like jump up these 2 batarangs and destroys all of them and gets out of there. And he brings Ace along with him. He's like, did you miss me? And he rides in the Batmobile, which again is a feature Batmobile that can fly. That's cool. Yeah. Joker tries to kill him with a beam up from the satellite. He's like, you gotta go and spoil my fun. No, I gotta get rid of you. And Joker tries to kill him, and he's, you know, running, you know, flying the Batmobile. And he's like, I know, Ace. And then he's flying, that's a cool shot. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, now I gotta go. See you later, kiddo. And then, you know, goes away. And he ends up at Joker's hideout, fights the gang. Chucko gets knocked down from a building, doesn't die, but just gets knocked out. Ghoul, he just punches Wolf. He takes care of him by saying Ace, and Ace attacks Wolf. Dee and him try to attack him, but he turns invisible, you know, grabs these pebbles and, you know, knocks them down. They try to fight more. They both try to, like, go for him at the same time, and he just flies up with his riot busters. And he goes to first to face Tim. He's like, Tim, cut the act. I know you're working with Joker. Joker? No, I'm not working with Joker. Oh, that act. Then he goes off about a little craziness and, he's like, you really need a hospital. No, I'm fine. But he's in my dreams. He's in my memories. Harm me, tell me what you're supposed to like. And he's like, picks up this ball, whatever. He's like, oh, I know everything about you, Terry. He's like, wait, did you just call me Terry? Oh, I know quite a lot about you, Tim says. That fake. And throws this ball at him. It's like an electronic ball, whatever. It's like a shot call that keeps him down. He's like, and Bruce, if you're watching, I want you to ever see everyone. It's a killer. And he laughs. And then you see that he transforms into the Joker himself. And Joker's like, man, I never get tired of that. How this came to be is that Joker implanted a microchip of his DNA, including his DNA in this microchip, is like in the back of his neck right here. And with that, he was able to kind of bring himself back to life doing that with his DNA. And says that, I've been sleeping there for many years. Sometimes the nightmares, explanations, and the transformations come out will, but he says, permanently I'll be able to take over this body. The more transformations will go, he'll be able to take over Tim Drake's body permanently. He's like, and then he's turning his website, Mr. J's on the rebound, baby! And plans to set his weapon, and is even threatening Terry's mom and threatening his mother to kill his mother and his brother, and also, killing Bruce in Wayne Manor. And he agreed with Tim had no idea that he was in the body, but if the wife calls, he just pick up the phone and use Tim's voice. He's like, any last words, kid? But this weapon's going to go off, and he's going to have fun killing some people. And as he's about to get ready to that, he's like, yeah, last words, sick him. And Ace comes to attack, and Ace jumps on him, attacks Joker. Joker's able to use this weapon, this ring that has got like a shock and almost ready to kill him. And so Joker attacks him, and then, ends up on this pallet or whatever the ring does, and it destroys it. And the beam is headed there, and Joker's like, well, kid, fun's over, bye-bye. And Joker's like, wait, I'm taking you in. And then he's like, right. And then he just, Joker, with these punches, he's like, you're out of your league, McGinnis. I knew all the tricks Batman and Robin knew with their peak. Still, if it's a whooping you're wanting. And, Batman goes to close the doors and destroys the handle of the doors, like, let's dance, bozo. And so they fight. Joker's giving him some kicks. And, Bruce is giving him some advice because, again, he can see what he's seeing. And he's talking in his head. They tell him, Joker likes to talk. He's like, Batman's like, wait, I like to talk too. And he teases Joker, like, which I can say, you're munching out of a clown. He's like, who do you think you're talking to, you little punk? Tries to shoot a laser gun, Batman flies up. And he starts teasing Joker. He taunts Joker, saying that the reason he never made his image laugh was because his jokes were never funny. That Bruce has, the old man has like sense of humor. You're just not funny. You're the Joker. And Joker's like, don't talk to me, you little brat. It's like this. I'm not hearing this. He's like, so you said that, so you became a criminal, cut your skin bleach, and you couldn't get work as a rodeo clown? Laughing at him. Don't laugh at me, you little punk. Joker says, and he's getting mad. And he's like, but I thought the Joker always wanted to make Batman laugh. And Joker, picks up these Joker bombs. It's like, you're not Batman. Throws these bombs, knocks him down. Throws him at him again. And, Terry's going to get knocked down. Batman's knocked down, and Joker picks up this table, dumps the glass table on him, takes his mask off and chokes him. He's like, come on, Terry, you little punk. I can't hear you. And he's like, ha, ha. And he's got the electroshock ring, and then he, hits the Joker with a microchip, and it destroys the Joker for good, once and for all. and then he's back to being Tim, and he takes, the Abigail, therefore the beam blows up, but eventually he destroys it for good, and the satellite goes back into space, and ending Joker once and for all. Later on, the two Ds are billed by their grandmother, who, it's like, you're such a disappointment, I hope they throw a book at you. And they say, shut up, Nana Harley. You can assume that's, Harley Quinn, I guess, moved on with her life. I guess that she survived the fall. Got help, got her sanity back. Bruce ends up visiting Tim in the hospital. Well, first Terry does, saying, Mr. Terry, I'm sorry, but May's like, oh, I remember you. And he's like, thank you. And Tim also thanks Terry for helping. He's like, it's okay, don't mention it anytime, And he tells him, Bruce couldn't have picked anybody else to be in the bat suit. You well earned it, Terry. And then, Bruce comes. Yeah. Terry understands, it's like being, it's a really good line. I forget what he says, but it's a really good line. But I do like seeing Bruce going to talk to Tim over these years, and Barbara. The three of them has a chat. And of course Terry, vows to keep on wearing the Batman, being Batman, because that's who he is now. And we're the best, and to continue the legacy of Batman, to uphold justice and fight crime. And at the end you see Terry in the bat suit with a mask, just, awesome music, just over the city, puts his Batman mask on, and just flies off at the end to go fight crime. And then that's the ending of the movie. So, yeah, that's Batman Return of the Joker. Alright. Give my final opinion on this movie. Alright, to sum up my final opinion of Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, again, I love this movie. This is a great film. Like I said, one of those Batman animated movies. I love how they bring Joker back. I think it's got a good mystery story to it. I like seeing that how Joker died, but how he came back by being in Tim's body. That was interesting. And seeing the future Batman, Batman Beyond, was cool. And seeing, Terry is a good Batman. He's a different Batman. He's younger, but he's different because him and Bruce come from different backgrounds. But they are different, And I think the movie had good animation. The animation really holds up. I think it does. It's good for its time. The animation is really good. Voice cast is really good. Having Mark Hamill come back as the Joker, he is just... I can say him, but I can't be Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is fantastic in the role. Just like Kim Conner is the voice of Batman. The voice of Joker will always be Mark Hamill. He will always be the voice of the Joker. You can't top him, in my personal opinion. There have been some good actors that voice Joker, but Mark Hamill takes the cake, and he will always be the voice of Joker to me. Good voice cast. I think the direction, the writing, and you get a lot of good action in this movie. Mask of Defense doesn't have enough action, but this has got good action in it. A lot of bits of action here, and you get to see the cool Batman gadgets like the Batarang, and the Batwing, which is cool. Seeing him using gliding in a suit, which I think is cool. I always love the Batman Beyond suit. It'd be cool to see and the rocket dusters are really cool. And, seeing Joker back, having him back, I think is really cool. And it's interesting, of how he came back and the backstory with Tim Drake and stuff. That was interesting and creepy, but it made it really good. Yeah. You also have a comic book adaptation of the film, and a novelization for the movie. But the music score is really good. I know the film, you do get a bit of a making of. You do have a music video by Crash, which is real good. I can't really do it. But the film has 14 tracks on it. Yeah. And, Terry is just his own Batman. I think they do a good job of that, of the relationship between Bruce and Terry, that they both can be hard asses in a way, but they're different Batmans. Again, he can be a bit of a smart aleck as Batman, but he's able to continue Batman's legacy and stuff, and definitely worthy of being Batman. So, but definitely a great movie, good animation. It's only 77 minutes long. Goes by at a really good pace. It's not that long of a film. It goes by like that. It's very good. So, not a long movie at all. If you're expecting a long film, no. And like I said, it's one of the best because I think the story, the animation, a lot of great scenes in here. It's just a great movie in my opinion. Very entertaining, very fun, and it's got a great story as well, I think. It's cool seeing the Joker come back, and having the Joker come back in Batman Beyond. I mean, that was a good idea. And I don't know if this film didn't do well at the time, which is a shame, because we could have had more Batman Beyond animated movies. I would love to have had a sequel or something, or a standalone sequel. I think this film well deserved it. It's a great movie. It's great. I love it. Don't know what else I can say about, but Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, I give it a thumbs up for this movie, and my rating for this film is 5 out of 5 stars. Now, guys, tell me in the comments down below if you've seen Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of this movie in your opinion? Alright guys, the next Batman animated review, which stay tuned because I should be able to do this today. The next Batman animated review will be, actually this one came out in 2003. It's based on the New Adventures of Batman, and that is Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. So Batman Mystery of the Batwoman, that'll be next. I'm not going to give my thoughts on that. I was thinking about it for a second there, but no, I'll just wait till I review it, because I'm going to watch it, Don't want to say anything until a movie after I watch it, but Batman Mystery of the Batwoman, this will be next, so stay tuned. So we'll definitely another Batman animated review coming today, so stay tuned for this Batman Mystery of the Batwoman, and 5 out of 5 stars, like I said, 5 out of 5 stars for Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, and a thumbs up for this film. So tell me guys in the comments down below, what do you think of this movie in your opinion? Thanks for watching guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned today for the next Batman animated review, Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. That is next. So thanks for watching guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. See you soon. See you later. Bye bye. Stay tuned. Bye.